Hi, and welcome to Integration Astrology. I'm Morella, and I'd like to welcome you to this first video in a series of videos that will be introducing you to how to read your birth chart from the perspective of evolutionary astrology, and also what it means to develop a relationship with your birth chart. So most of you who are interested in astrology would know something about your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant, and perhaps you even know like what your Venus sign is, your Mars sign, and perhaps you've read about them, you know which house, which sign, you've tried to think about what they mean together, and you're acquainted with your birth chart for how it depicts what your personality is like. And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's really fun and interesting, but it's not the same thing as having like a relationship with your birth chart. So from my point of view, and I think also from the point of view of evolutionary astrology, having a relationship with your birth chart means that you see the whole thing as like the blueprint of who you are and a blueprint of the energies of who you are. So not from the perspective of your personality, though there might be elements of that, but from a larger perspective. So getting to know your birth chart, from my point of view, is about knowing why your soul chose to incarnate into this lifetime and which soul lessons it has come to learn and which obstacles and challenges you are facing and might face in the future, and which particular focus and intention your soul has for this lifetime. So that's quite a lot. That's quite a big thing. But there's a way to do that, and there's a way to piece it all together and to see the beautiful piece of artwork or the beautiful weave that is your birth chart, that weaves together everything in a way to perfectly support your personal growth, your growth towards your soul's intentions. So that's what we'll be looking at in this series, is how to weave that together and step by step. Okay, so first of all then I just wanted to start with what is evolutionary astrology, what is the backbone of what we'll be doing, and how does it start? How is it different to normal astrology? Where do you begin, etc.? And you'll see that unfold over the coming videos, but I'll just give you a bit of a breakdown now to how it works. So in evolutionary astrology, the starting point of every chart is actually your Pluto placement, which if you're new to this, that might be quite surprising or quite unusual. And from an EA, evolutionary astrology perspective, Pluto represents your soul's exploration, like what your soul is coming into this lifetime to explore, what themes, what issues. And this will be very multi-layered. It will be sort of an underlying hum to your life, but also you might experience it, and you probably will experience it very directly with real events and real ways that you have felt your entire life and still feel and will continue to work with through your lifetime. Once taking a look at your Pluto, you can then look at the exact opposite point on the chart, which won't appear in any software, but the point exactly opposite your Pluto is called your Pluto polarity point. And this is where the whole chart is heading towards. And what we mean by that is that opposite point, in most cases, there's one exception to that, but in most cases, that point is where your soul intends to grow towards in this lifetime. This is its point of evolution. We might talk again in another video if people are interested, like what is sort of the underlying philosophy of EA in terms of what is the soul, what does it mean by soul evolution, and those sorts of things. But for now, we'll just stick to creating this framework. After you look at Pluto, then you move on to look at the south node of the moon. So your south node, which is opposite your north node, and is the way that your soul has chosen to explore these Pluto issues in more detail and in particular circumstances in this lifetime and in previous lifetimes as well. So usually the themes of your South Node, which again are very multi-layered, there's sort of an underlying overall theme, but usually you also very much experience your South Node in this lifetime, then this directly links back to your Pluto. It's not in isolation. So everything like that links back. From your South Node, you find your South Node ruler, which we'll talk about more in upcoming videos. And that also gives you very fine-grained detail of the way that you'll experience these themes that come from past energy of your soul, past explorations, but that you are exploring again in a different way in this lifetime. From there, we can look at other things, like we can look at your Chiron placement and your Uranus placement to give more information on the way that the energy of your past lives have caused a level of resistance or a point of growth. That's all resistance is a point of growth to push you forward or to encourage you forward towards your Pluto polarity point, or where your soul wants to evolve towards. So from there, once we've looked at all of those aspects, we then head towards the North Node and its ruler. And these, again, are not in isolation. The North Node and its ruler will give you guides and guidelines on how it is that you can, in this lifetime, evolve and grow towards the intention of your soul, which is the Pluto polarity point. Again, it can be general themes, but it can also be more fine-grained. It can give you actual detailed hints on where to focus your energy in this lifetime. After exploring all that, it's then that we come and look at the other planets and the relationships between them, the aspects. So we would go from Mercury all the way through, lastly taking a look at the Sun. The Sun is the last thing that we look at. Once we have a grasp on the whole chart, we can then say what you are embodying in this lifetime through your Sun sign to work towards and grow towards the evolution of your soul's intentions for this lifetime. So this video today is just a brief introduction to what's coming up, but I hope it's helped you see astrology in a different light and has piqued your interest, and you're excited to go on this adventure with me to learn more about your chart and what it means to explore your chart in this way, and why you might want to do so in this way to really develop this relationship with your chart, which we will talk about more as well, especially in upcoming videos, where we will talk about, once you know your chart, then how you can really build a relationship with it and the current transits, so that you can really hone in on, once you know your chart really well, you can understand how the transits are affecting you in particular and which themes they are highlighting for you. So really excited to be able to talk about this all with you. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Consider forwarding this to a friend who you think might also be interested in following along, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments. I'm really looking forward to developing a bit of a community with all of you. Okay, see you next time.